Steve Dillon here, sitting in with Mr. Solon Tsangaras, formerly known as Little Stevie.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is the inaugural show of that. Next time you're on, obviously, we won't have to go through the formalities.
Yes. Little the TV show.
And, of course, we have the Gerard Fico.
Hello there.
The artist formerly known as Dave.
Yes. very easy. And we have Ferdinand Gonzalez.
I'm going to stick to the name my mama gave me.
Yeah, that's Esteban.
But you can't say that on the radio.
Yeah, I know, right?
So anyway, as promised, you gentlemen are going to provide a little bit of a teaser of the novel. And that will soon be available on the website, which is zombieinthemourning.com.
Yes,
and of course
MOURNING.
And of course, local bookstores. As we find out where, you'll know here first on Art A La Carte.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Let you know. All right. Well, without further ado, and again, the underscoring you're about to hear is courtesy of Mr. Darcy Gibson. Got to give credit where credit is due.
They took what they needed, with Nick grabbing a machete as he headed out the door for the last time. Richard's kids were already waiting in the car, panic on the threshold of their expressions, as another group of ghouls staggered through the forest brush, closing in on the cabin. Branches whipped at those zombies, tearing at their dead flesh, but they continued closing in, undaunted, not feeling anything except a desire to consume the living members of the frightened group. Mary, in a panic, ran back into the now vacant cabin, and no sooner did she disappear from the rest of the group's sight did the screaming start. The cabin was not completely vacant.
Kelly stayed by the vehicles, while Nick, Stacy, and Dave ran into the cabin, where they saw Cemetery Jim, or the corpse of Cemetery Jim, attacking Richard's screaming wife. Nick, a former high school football star, and with machete in hand, leaped at Jim, tackling the dead man, but losing the weapon in the fracas. During the struggle, Cemetery Jim's teeth found their way to an unprotected portion of Nick's forearm, clamping down on it and tearing off a chunk of flesh the size of a slice of bread. The blood flowed quickly because an artery had been severed in the attack, and Nick, clutching the wound, crumbled painfully in a heap in the corner.
Stacy ran in as Nick, now in stunned shock, watched Cemetery Jim devour the flesh that was once his forearm. Taking aims and squeezing the trigger of his M16, Stacy fired off one well-placed round, exploding Jim's head in a misty cloud of gore and spraying Mary with gristle and bits of flesh. In a panic, Mary ran out of the cabin door, passing Richard and Kelly, and into the woods. Richard ran after his wife as all hell started breaking loose.
"Get back here!" Kelly shouted at Richard, but the warning went unheeded as Richard continued to follow his wife deeper into the woods. At the same time, Stacy had picked Nick up from the floor, using a torn piece of curtain to make a tourniquet and wrap the gaping wound.
It didn't take long for Richard to return, backing out of the woods and asking, why would she run off? To no one in particular. Kelly ran up to Richard, pulling him back with one hand and taking aim with his 9mm at the group of zombies emerging from the forest behind Richard. After firing into the advancing horde, taking down 6 of them, Richard asked again, why would she run off, this time to Kelly?
"I don't know what to tell you," replied Kelly, "but we have to leave now."
Stacy gently placed Nick at the back of his truck as Nick grasped his arm in obvious pain. Leaning back against the glass, Nick closed his eyes, and Stacy, glancing above Nick's prone form, saw a fresh group of undead approaching. Stacy backed out of the truck after making sure Nick was comfortable, joining the rest of the group as they took aim with their weapons at the marauders, firing a barrage at the closest ghouls, creating a barricade of bodies, using the fallen front attackers to block the slower ones.
The twins grew more hysterical, knowing that their mother, who was by proverbial shed, failed to emerge from the woods. But the group could not wait anymore. They started the vehicles, keeping the windows rolled up and passing what was now truly realized as the Walking Dead. No other woods could accurately describe the shambling army that was launching a campaign against the living. God's plan, Dave thought, was not what was described in the Bible. We thought we knew it all, but all we were doing was damning ourselves. We created our own Bible, he muttered to himself.
Taste the brains after that. That little sample, a little teaser of Detour to Armageddon, Solon Tsangaras. D. Gerard Fico.
What's a D stand for? Zombie.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna wrap things up with these gentlemen when we come back. Take a quick musical break right here on Art A La Carte.